Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we have an exciting dish to make. We are making rosemary ground beef. There's so many ways to make it, but you can experiment, and this is what we're going to be working with today. We have some organic ground beef, organic kale, peppers, organic celery hearts, and we have some fresh rosemary, a little swig of that, and some tomato paste, some shallots, and we got some organic vinegar. This one is brewed with traditional Japanese techniques. The ingredients are selected from Mongolia, and it's brewed with cold and clean water from volcanic springs. There, the manufacturer follows the craftsmanship of the Japanese technique, using pure grain brewing without acetic acid, presenting a perfect sour and sweet taste. Ground beef really tastes good with this. First thing we're gonna do is we got our pan. You can use any pan. This just happens to be a wok that I have. So we're gonna start heating that up. And we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. This is organic, extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna thinly slice the shallots. See how's our oil doing? Lubricate that whole pan. You don't want things sticking to the side. Make sure you don't spill the oil on the flame because it is flammable. All right, so it looks like the oil is good. So we're gonna throw our shallots in. Not quite broken up yet, so you might wanna break them up so it cooks evenly. You don't want the heat to be on too high, otherwise you're gonna burn them or make them a little crispy. Turn down to like a medium-low heat. Saute those onions till they're golden brown. In the meantime, you can chop up your peppers. Those onions are looking pretty good. Turn those down. Add some tomato paste here. We're ready for our ground beef now. They say you are what you eat. Better to get organic when you can, because organic ground beef is made without antibiotics, hormones. Those hormones are meant for the cattle to get nice and big, because if they weigh more, it means that they're able to charge more for the meat. Once you add the meat, you probably want to increase the temperature a little bit. Prepare our other ingredients, such as our celery. Another option is you could put some mushrooms in here as well. Mushrooms and ground beef taste really good together. Some celery and some red peppers, kale. We're cooking with 1.6 kilograms of ground beef, and it's lean, so if you have beef that's a little fattier, you might have to drain the oil, so it could get quite thick. And in that case, maybe cooking the ground beef first. That way you can drain some of the excess fat. But since this is lean ground beef, it's okay just to cook it all together. I don't expect that I'll need to drain too much fat. Chop up the kale to your desirable size. All right, that looks pretty good. Then we also have the thyme. Oh no, this one's rosemary. But we do have also some thyme as well. Why rosemary? Well, rosemary is Mediterranean. It's high in antioxidants. So sometimes when you're cooking with meats, especially if you're barbecuing, there's a lot of that charcoal, all that burnt stuff has quite a bit of free radicals in it. When the free radicals go inside your body, if you have too many, it can, over time, affect your cells and their DNA coding, the information on the DNA when they photocopy. So your cells, if you have too much free radicals, they could lead to cancer. When you have things that are antioxidant, they can cancel out those free radicals. So Mediterranean diets, studies show they're the healthiest diet. Let's check on the beef now. Yes, it's looking quite good. So you want to make sure the beef is fully cooked. Then we're going to add a little bit more of the vinegar. The acidity from the vinegar is a nice pairing with the fatty beef. Add a little bit of Himalayan salt. And some pepper. An alternative, you can use Worcester sauce or black vinegar, a little bit of red wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar. A little bit of red wine or white wine would also taste pretty good. The alcohol helps to break down the meat and the fat a little bit. So it helps to really bring out the flavor of the beef. All right, let's go ahead and add our other ingredients now. Some celery and some peppers. Wow, look at that color. Not only does it add extra texture and flavor, but it also adds a little bit more color as well to your dish. Okay, you're gonna chop up the rosemary. You can leave a little bit of extra rosemary for garnish as well. You can add about half of the rosemary you chopped up into the meat. Now this fire has got 2 rounds of flame, so I put it on low, but it might be medium for you, depending on what kind of stovetop you're working with. Let's add maybe a little bit of thyme. Fresh thyme would be best, but if this is what you got, cooking is all about working with what you got. Let's add the kale now. I always find kale tastes really good with balsamic vinegar. I wasn't gonna add it, but I feel like I'm gonna add some balsamic vinegar into this. Just a little drizzle there. And my gut feeling is saying it just needs a bit more salt. Maybe a bit more pepper as well. All right, you don't want to overcook the kale, so once it starts to soften, that's probably a good time to turn off the dish. Turn off that fire, then go ahead, add the rest of your rosemary. This way we have some rosemary that's been soaked up by the meat, and a little bit of fresh rosemary as well, just to have that extra kick. Wow, that's smelling really good. Now you could have this and pair it with some pasta, or you could have it with some rice, which is what we're going to be having tonight. We're gonna have some brown rice topped off with the rosemary ground beef. Earlier, cooked some brown rice in the aroma rice cooker. rice. You don't need too much because it's high in fiber and it seems to fill you up just a little bit more so you don't end up eating as much carbs. This on top. All right, look at that. Boom, there you have it. You have rosemary ground beef on top of some brown rice. And that took maybe about like what, 20 minutes? I mean, if you prepare all the ingredients and stuff, maybe about half an hour. Smelling delicious. I'm just getting so hungry smelling this. Give it a try because this is looking really good. Wow, that's really good. Fantastic. Well, let me know what you think of this recipe, or if you have any other ingredients that you would add to it. Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, thanks for watching.